Good morning, everybody. It's Victoria Lorien Fabish, holistic psychotherapist and registered psychotherapist, and I am thrilled. It's a gorgeous day here in Toronto and sunny. It just makes for such a nice energy in Toronto. And I just wanted to talk about a really important topic, which is the notion of not having the internal cues so that you caretake others so much that you have no idea you're actually harming yourself. I hear this, repetitively, people telling me stories of how, their heart is compelled to help so-and-so, help their elderly family member or a sibling or a friend or someone who's engaged in a life crisis or addiction or any one of these things. And these are compelling, very compelling experiences that make us want to, really, really get in there and help other people and, give other people of our being so that they can be okay. And it's extremely, as I say, compelling, and also not just compelling, but also just at your core, at your soul, you're like, I must help, I must assist, I must do for others. And this is noble. This is building merit. This is a good thing. But I would say that there is a point in time where it becomes a skewed patterning in which there is no tending to the deep part. Hi, everybody who's tuning in. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, and I'll continue. But hi, Dana. Hi, Leanne. I saw a whole bunch of people scrolling by and saying, tuning in. So please, listen intently if this is something that impacts you. There is a point in time where caretaking, when it is gone dysfunctional, it has basically numbed out the cues within you that say, oh, I got to take care of me, or, oh, I'm getting unhealthy, or, oh, I'm hungry now and I forgot to eat, or I'm giving my last dime to this person, or, this is something I'm hearing so commonly among women, but you know what? It's not just women, it's men too, and there are different motivations I notice. Some people's motivations are to, be the fixer, be the solution maker, be the, thank you, Leanne, that you're enjoying my videos. I really, really appreciate that. Being the solution maker, the fixer, the problem solver. There's an ego boosting. There's a feeling of lowering one's anxiety. They know when a person notices a problem, and they start to feel, oh, there's a problem and I have a solution for that. There's a compulsion kind of an energy to lower that personal anxiety and go and fix the other person's problems. That's one set of motivations. Another set of motivations is, I don't really care about my own life. My own life is kind of boring energy, or not even boring, but just not worth much. But, I find my value in helping others. This is an internal motivation that I also observe, is a person finding value in themselves, self-esteem boosting by helping others, or feeling a sense of purposefulness by helping others. That's another set of motivations. Another set of motivations that's my duty. It is my duty as a good Christian, as a good daughter, as a good father, as a good friend. My duty. I am duty bound to help other people. And if I don't help other people, I'm bad, I'm wrong, I should be ashamed of myself. These are the other sets of motivations. If anyone can come up with any other motivation that people are helping, overly helping, let me know in the comments. But essentially, all of those are pretty strong motivations. And I'm not saying that being of assistance to others is a bad thing. What I'm saying is that at one point, the assistance to others becomes not balanced, and the person starts to deplete their own sense of fullness, and they are essentially coming from an empty vessel. They're not assessing, what is it in me? Am I strong enough? Am I hearty enough? Do I have enough energy? Do I have time? Do I have the wherewithal to do the helping? And they're not even answering those questions. They're not even asking those questions of themselves. Have you ever found yourself helping someone and you're like, I can't let this person down anymore. I am in it. I am embroiled. I am enmeshed. I am involved. And there is nothing I can do. Because what happens is as soon as you start to pay attention to the internal cues that say, ooh, I've taken on too much, this starts to bring in a feeling of guilt, a feeling of possibly shame. And then for those people that seek to provide solutions to assuage their own anxiety, their anxiety starts to go up. And this is a very important piece, because I encourage people to lean into their discomfort, to lean into the part of them that is saying, ooh, I feel guilty. I feel anxious. I feel ashamed. I feel bad. I feel pain for saying no, for saying I can't do this anymore, or I can only give until a certain point and then I will give no more. Because if you lean into the pain of this, and it is painful, you lean into the pain of this, what you start to learn is that you can start to troubleshoot it. Don't just let the thing be there, troubleshoot it. Ask yourself, poke holes in the part of you that is compelling you to do anything. Poke holes, dialogue with it, answer the question. Answer your own self. I am compelled to help this person at all cost, at my own personal cost. Then poke a hole in that argument. Yes, but if I help someone at all cost, I will have nothing. I will myself be ill. Be poking holes at the parts of you that compel you to help people beyond your ability to stay healthy. Essentially, what I'm saying is that we're taught early on in our family of origin that it's better to give than to receive. Give of yourself to a level that you forget yourself. And I believe that leads us to essentially training ourselves to not value ourselves. And essentially we've given ourselves a message. No, I get all my value from helping others. I get all my value from helping others. And, bottom line is that when I get all my value from helping others, it becomes almost like an addiction. And it's something that is, the only way to stop that is to really start to change your whole pattern belief system around the notion of helping and caretaking. And I encourage people to give, but always self-analyze and understand, do I have energy to give right now? Can I, at the outset, tell people, I'm happy to give and I'm happy to help, and these are my limitations. This is all I have. And I know people get a little bit, I couldn't offend this person, or I can't hurt this person. But this is the kind of stuff that is building a muscle of balanced adulthood, where you say, I matter. I definitely am someone who matters. And I can say at this point, I want to give, I want to help, I want to caretake, but I have a limit. And then when the pain or the anxiety or the guilt or the shame shows up with that, you troubleshoot it and you sit with yourself and you ask yourself, what's this pattern of over caretaking all about? And usually when you sit with yourself quietly, that pattern will give you an answer as to why it's so overactive. And usually the answers are things like, because you only, what's it all about, and what's it trying to do for you? It's usually trying to give you a sense of value, sense of self-value. It's trying to make you be a good person. These are all good goals, good impetuses, right? Have value, be a good person, be of service to someone else. All this is really good. But what happens with the overgiving? What's that about? And often it's because I haven't developed the internal cues, or haven't been taught the internal cues and the value system that says helping people too much is doing one thing, two things. One, it's harming me. And two, it's atrophying the other person to find their own way out of the problem. And you want to give other people an opportunity to find their own muscle and be observing when you're helping people. Are they doing for themselves, Or are they just like a vampire, sucking on all of your energy and under-functioning because they found an over-functioner? They're under-functioning because now they got an over-functioner. Yay! I get to just stop trying in my own life because someone else has taken over. And you're just basically enabling that particular under-functioning in them, and you're enabling the over-functioning in yourself. So just a little Cole's notes on this piece, but my first book, I talk a lot about it, and Find Your Self-Culture. Find your self-culture. Moving from depression and anxiety to monumental self-acceptance. I talk so much about this topic of over-caretaking, under-functioning, over-functioning. And then my second book, Connecting, Rewire Your Relationship Culture, which I talk a lot about this whole patterning of over-functioning in relationships. And I'm going to talk tomorrow at around 9:30 about more of this dynamic, but in a different way in terms of couple dynamics. So I will tell you the topic a little later. I just need to figure out what the exact topic is, but it's going to be juicy, and I hope you tune in. So if you have any questions, do give it to me in the private messaging or in the comments. And I want to say, thank you, Mia. I'm glad you're there. I want to just say, keep self-caring and keep listening to the cues within yourself that are saying, oh, I need to stop. I need to stop, and I need to not enable the other person. I need to let them take over for their own life. And I need to see if I'm doing this really to lower my own anxiety, to essentially stop even looking at myself and I just look at the other person. And also, am I trying to control? That's another piece. That's another motivator, is control through generosity. Control through generosity. So I'll expand on that at another video too. So good to see everybody on this fantastic Monday morning in Toronto. Super sunny. And we'll talk at you later. Bye.